was a sunny day anyway. So why should we complain? It was a sunny day anyway. So why should we complain?
Hey everybody, welcome to what is going to be the first episode of the Thunder Lightning podcast. My name is Anthony, otherwise known as Thunder.
And I'm Chris, otherwise known as Lightning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing it.
yeah, it's happening.
So, this podcast is going to be sort of like a weekly check-in, like you you watch the show and you listen to the podcast and maybe you get a little like behind the scenes on what's happening or what happened this week or whatever. And we're gonna keep it pretty casual. I feel we're gonna.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna-
just well, you go ahead.
We're gonna talk about what's coming up next, like what we're gonna do next week, at the end of the episode. So stick around for that. But
I feel like we'll occasionally have a guest on this.
oh yeah, that's the other thing. We'll
Whoever was with us that week, maybe.
yeah, we'll probably. With this podcast, I really want like a different guest each week if we can. But yeah, like if we don't, it's no big deal. So with this first episode of this podcast, we're just gonna kind of like introduce everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna, take it slow, take it easy, just have a conversation about what our plans are. So I said it in the Sunset Riders episode, but in case you didn't watch that, here's how the channel is going to work, the YouTube channel. So Monday through Friday is going to be the main show. That's most likely going to be the same game 5 days in a row.
Unless it's a theme week.
Unless it's a theme week like the first week was. But generally it's going to be like episode 1 through 5 of the example I keep giving is Spyro for some reason. It's just the first game I think of. But it'll be like episode 1 through 5 of Spyro. Next week, the second week will probably be a different game, but we'll definitely like have another Spyro week until the game is finished or whatever. And then Saturday's video is going to be RPGs. And the way that's going to work is they're going to be an hour-long video, and it's going to be the same RPG until we're finished with it. So this first one is Earthbound. And then we haven't decided what we're going to go to next. And then Sunday is going to be like one-off day. That's where if we play a bad game, it'll go there.
Right.
That's where if we play a game like Mario Kart or a fighting game or something that really doesn't warrant a whole week, that's where that'll go.
And don't be afraid to let us know if there's a game we played during a theme week that you'd like to see again over the middle of the week.
Yeah. If we do a one-off and you want to see and you'd be interested in a whole week, definitely let us know. If it works, we'll definitely do it. Yeah. So that's it. Did we decide what day the Thunder Lightning podcast is going to go up?
I think we said this would be the end of every week.
So
give a synopsis of the week and prepare everybody for the next week.
so like Friday, you think?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not to talk about this over the
No,
air.
yeah,
We
go
can talk
for
about
it.
it later, but I might give away Saturday and Sunday's episode if we post it Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that.
Okay, whatever.
I also wouldn't be. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I wouldn't be opposed to putting it up on Mondays. And
Okay.
Then,
Oh, and yeah. I mean, doesn't matter to me.
yeah. Yeah. But that regardless, it'll be like the end of the week, getting ready for the next week. But yeah. So that's this podcast. Do we want to talk about other podcast ideas that we're definitely doing, or do we want to keep those a secret for now?
Yeah, let's keep them waiting.
Okay. Cool. So Chris, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, for this first one, I think that's a good idea. Let people know who they're listening to talk about nonsense.
Yeah, we can tell them
hours on
how big sexist racists we are.
I'm not.
and then they'll know what they're showing up to. Thank you for throwing me immediately and vivaciously under
I
the
don't even know
bus.
why you said that. I'm certainly
It was
not.
it was a joke. It was a goof for goof's sake.
Anyways,
I don't know why I do that. Every time someone says anyways, I also say anyways. Hey, Chris, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
I was trying. I was trying so hard. I felt like I wasn't given the opportunity, but I'll take it now. So yeah, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi. Feel like it's an AA meeting.
Hi, Chris.
I go to school for music along with Anthony here. That's what we've foolishly decided to dedicate our lives to.
I gave a peace sign as if to say, yes, that is also me.
I'm in a band. We're called Set the Nation. We have an album out, music video out, maybe more at this point. I don't know when we're going to actually post this. We're really cool. You should check us out. Anthony actually manages the band. He did the peace sign thing again.
Another peace sign.
Gosh.
Hey, can I take it from here?
Sure.
They're great.
Thank you.
I'm not in the band, so I can say that. They're a fantastic band, and the album is called Set the Nation. It's a self-titled album.
Yeah.
And it's on Spotify and iTunes and
everywhere.
and everywhere you can get music pretty much. It's really good. It's only 8 songs, so it's a short listen. It's a nice, like, just throw it on and, like, oh, it's already over? I guess I'll just play it again. But yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's mainly who I surround myself with is a lot of musicians, so probably a lot of our guests are going to be musicians. During this podcast, we'll give them a opportunity to spotlight that for a moment probably, and even our intro is somebody we know.
Yes. Oh, yes. Let's talk about the intro.
Yeah, sure. It's my buddy Ryan's band, Froggy and the Friendship. They're fantastic. He's Froggy. It's actually a cover of one of their songs called Sunny Day. It's not really a cover. I mean, they made it, but the song's not actually 16-bit. It's a real full song. Actually might be the intro to this show.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Maybe you've already heard it.
Yeah.
By the time we're talking about
Still
this.
waiting to get the
go-ahead.
The go-ahead on that,
Yeah.
Ryan is also, for anyone listening who is in the, what do you call where we are? The North Shore area.
Yeah.
Ryan is
he's in
also
a million things.
most notoriously in, that's not the right word. He's in the Koopa Kids.
Yeah, the
who
Koopa Kids.
have played MagFest and probably PAX East by the time we release this.
Yep.
And
they're a video game tribute band. They're fantastic. I mean, he's in. We'll let him when he's on here. We'll let him go crazy.
yeah,
about
dude, yeah.
it. But
He'll talk for 2 hours about each band.
Oh yeah, and I'd be fine with that. I love the stuff he makes, along with a lot of other friends of mine. I'm just talking about him because we stole their music.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we did not. No, we specifically did not steal it. We asked for permission the way you're supposed to.
No, we did. Yeah, a little more about myself. I'm a huge movie buff, and I'm glad we were able to bring that to the show. Hopefully, I mean, we weren't going to talk about the other podcast, but hopefully, we have a movie-based podcast coming out.
Yeah.
I'm a huge history nerd, music nerd.
You've yet to say what instrument you play.
Oh God!
In your rock band.
I am the triangle. No, I'm the guitarist. One of the guitarists, and
the lead guitarist.
I'm hesitant to say that. I mean, I do in our originals. I tend to take a lot of the more melodic parts. Jeff's coming around though, and also he gives me a run for my money, so I don't want to.
Yeah, no, he's pretty good.
Jeff's fantastic. I guess by proxy, because of what we've released, you can call me the lead guitarist. But I feel like there's gonna be a pretty mutual balance between the two of us. But we'll get there. When the next album comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially me. I mean, I don't know if we're going to have a Q&A section to this if people have questions for this podcast, but if you want to know more about me, just ask.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they do have questions, they can put them in the comments, and if we
Yeah.
feel comfortable enough to answer them, we can maybe we can do that like once we get enough followers. Maybe we can like make that a segment on the show, like how we'll look for.
Yeah, that would be great. I'd be interested to hear what people want to
Yeah.
know. I'm not. Oh, I do want to say this, and I feel like this goes for both of us. I'm no pro at games. I enjoy video games. I enjoy the stories behind them.
See, here's the thing. There's a couple games that I feel confident saying I am very, very good at. Most games, though, I feel like I kind of just do my best.
Right. No, and I just want to make that clear that we're not showing off
No.
when we make these videos. We're just kind of just having fun.
We did speedrun all of Sunset Riders, though, in one sitting.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point you've seen that. Well, no, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything because I feel like this is a big surprise. Oh, I know. I see you shaking your head. I won't really say anything, but there may be a speed run for like a season finale. Well, I won't say any more than that, but speaking of games we think we're good at, we might once in
Yeah.
a while try to flaunt our skills. It could go poorly. We'll see.
You know what? Here's the thing with trying to do a speedrun. If it goes great, then everyone's impressed. If it goes poorly, then it was funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's the thing.
I make fun of us.
I want people to know there's no ego involved in what we do.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
we could totally eat it with any of these games.
Yeah, kind of like how we did with
Most of the ones
with-
this week, yeah.
the ones this week. I was especially upset with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I thought we'd be
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit
here's
better
the
at
thing.
that one.
Here's I was really shocked. Now I kind of want to wait because we didn't talk about you yet.
No, it's fine. You know, it's like I said, it's loosey goosey.
All right. Well, I mean, at least let me get this sentence out. Like, it was a total 180. I thought we were gonna eat it with Ninja Turtles. 'Cause
Yeah,
we only played that once together. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, we played for a straight month before, like 3 years ago. We were
Yeah.
all over that game.
Um,
And it did not go the way I expected.
yeah,
And Mario Kart, for that matter, too, on my end.
yeah.
But,
If everything, that'll either be out yesterday or tomorrow, depending on when we put this podcast up. Yeah, you were telling me after we recorded Ninja Turtles, I went to the bathroom, and you were telling me
Yeah.
that
I mean, I don't know if that was the last level or not, but it was super hard. You still had one life left over, and you were pooping or something. So I eventually was like, oh, you know what? I'll give it a go, and I got pretty far. It was like a level and a half worth of getting far through that game. And I eventually died, and I never saw the boss. I was so certain around every corner I was going to be like, oh, all right, here it is. I really hope Anthony gets in here. I feel like he's going to miss it.
yeah, I
And
mean,
it never came.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the last level because that was an arcade game, so they kind of had to keep it on the shorter side because like you're not gonna stand there for like
Oh, we would have been
3.5 hours.
We would have
at
been
a-
like $20 in a piece at that point.
yeah, but also like when there's so many games around, you're not gonna stay at no matter how good you're doing, you're not gonna stay at the Turtles game for 3.5 hours.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the last level. I mean, we went through all of space and time.
Yeah, even next year. We went through next year.
Oh my god, yeah, that's still insane.
But yeah, why don't you tell us a bit about
Oh yes.
yourself?
My name's Anthony. I also, unfortunately, chose to go to pursue a higher education in
Oh, see how well it's working
music. Yeah, I manage the band he was talking about. I do love video games. I play viola, but like not really. I don't really do that anymore. I'm waiting for a new
Instrument? Waiting for them to make a new instrument for you to
yeah, I'm
dominate?
waiting for the new hip sexy instrument that I can learn. No, I'm waiting. I'm close to buying a new laptop because my laptop is like literally destroying itself from the outside in, and it's a flaming piece of shit. But I've really gotten more into writing music rather than
Yeah, you really have. I hope we can put that on the channel. When
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
done.
if you're fine with that,
I'd love to.
I'd-
I want to be able to hear it.
I'd be comfortable uploading whatever that ends up being to the channel.
Yeah, do you,
but yeah, I have
do you
a
not want to give anything away about it?
no. I mean, I have a couple different music projects. Some of them are like started and like half done. Most of them are just ideas at this point. Some of them I'm not going to give away just because they might not happen. / I don't want anyone to take my ideas, but I am the big one, the first one that if it does happen will happen first. I'm working on a video game medley.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, a medley is like different clips from a bunch of songs, and it was like a super ambitious project, and it's probably going to be like 20-25 minutes long.
Oh, easily.
I love medleys. I want to do a couple different medleys, but this one was the first one I had an idea of. I really love, this is not a secret, I love theme songs, cartoon theme songs. Every time anyone asks me my favorite genre of music, I say, does theme songs count? Because I truly love theme songs. And I really want to take my love of medleys and my love of theme songs and make something really great. But I think for that, it would have to be a cappella. I feel
Yeah.
like that'd be the easiest and most creative way to do that. But there's just this is the problem I'm running into. There's just so many that I don't know which ones to leave out. There's so many good ones. I've been really hot on the All Grown Up theme song lately. Do you
Yeah.
remember that one?
Not
The
particularly.
Rugrats when they're in middle
No,
school.
no. I know the show. I
Yeah.
can't think of the theme song right now.
It's sung by the woman who voices Susie
Oh, really?
Carmichael. Yeah,
That's
which is
cool.
which was cool. I didn't know that until listening to it again. But yeah, I've been listening to that one.
By the way, I just want to say I've heard your video game medley, and it's really good.
Thank you.
I'm really excited. I can't wait for it to come out. I feel like you're pretty close.
Mm,
No, You don't
about
think so?
halfway.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's kind. I mean, it's getting there. It's coming along.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely like, it's one of those things where I'm like, all right, done with that part. Now it's time for this part, and then I'll listen to the whole thing again. I'm like, oh, that could be a little better. So every time Chris listens to it, he's like, oh, you didn't add anything. You just changed. You just changed everything a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I want to say I feel like it's gonna be great, but I don't know. It could suck. I've been liking doing it, but my laptop can't do fucking anything anymore. So I'm just waiting for a new one, and then I'll do that. Can we talk about Dungeons and Dragons? About how
Oh,
that's
sure. Oh
one
my
of the
God!
big
How did
things
I
we
how
do
did I not
together.
mention that? I mean, that's a huge part of both of our lives.
Yeah, we're part of two groups. I DM one. The other one we're both players, and our friend DMs it.
Yeah, I mean, we're huge. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, we're huge tabletop card game, board game nerds.
Yeah.
Pokemon TCG.
Oh yeah,
and
we have a Pokemon TCG tournament that we run. My campaign, the one that I'm running.
Yeah, sorry, back to D&D.
It's loosely based off the new God of War video game, and that video game's depiction of Norse mythology, because I love Norse mythology so much. Yeah, and you are a human barbarian.
Nierdor, the human Viking ? I guess we'll find out.
But
Part of
he's-
his backstory.
But
his class.
technically a barbarian,
yeah,
right?
his class is technically barbarian.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let me have fun with it.
Okay. No, you can have however much fun you want. It's D&D, man.
Yeah.
The answer, hey, it's D&D. You want to have fun? The answer is yes. What do you want to do? Sure.
Yeah, no, D&D is great. I paint minis
Oh, yes.
for $5 a piece. I'll paint yours. We'll see. You'd have to get it to me.
Not that anyone will, unless someone actually takes you up on that. Not that anyone will see them, but they're really good. You like,
What if they're not? What if they're like, oh yeah, I'll have him paint it? It's just like one coat of like wall paint.
you just dip it. You dip it in a vat of blue paint. You're like, here.
Yeah,
give
never
me
said I was good.
$5.99.
No, but I take my time with them, and I think I'm getting there. I'm doing pretty good. Getting good with the oils.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's us. We we spend a lot of time together. We have a lot of different projects we're part of, like
Yeah.
the band and this and the whatever. But yeah. Um, I want to know.
Something about me?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Tell me
I
a
want to
secret,
know.
Anthony. Something nobody knows.
Tell you a secret, something nobody knows. I feel like whatever I say will be bleeped. I could say something just so funny and jarring, but I feel like it would be bleeped. Something nobody knows about me. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like there's not much.
I thought that's what you were gonna ask me.
No, I was curious. I want to know how you're liking Earthbound so far.
It's really fun. I didn't know what to expect, and it's really cool. It's got like a, in a weird way, a Stranger Things the video game vibe. So far, I like it. I'm like I thought about it over the week. At certain points I was like, I'm curious to see where the story goes. I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what happens next.
Yeah, if you like it a lot, first of all, there's a sequel called Mother 3, which I know a lot of people haven't really played that game because it hasn't technically been released over here, but I like that game
Yeah.
a lot better than Earthbound, and that's saying a lot. I grew up with Earthbound. I didn't play Mother 3
And there
until
was
I
one
like,
before it, right?
Yeah, but that's a bad game.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I own it. We could play it if you wanted, but it's not good. It's random encounters rather than, you know how in
Yeah,
Earthbound
yeah.
it's like there's a dog, go fight it. It's random encounters, and they're like it's very like every 3 seconds.
Okay.
I guess it's just a super short, super hard game to get through.
Okay.
I've never played it, but I do own it. I think I got Earthbound Beginnings on Wii U. But if you like it, there's that. There's also a couple games that are inspired by that game. There's this one called Citizens of Earth where you play as the vice president of the world, and
Oh.
you don't actually fight. You get people to fight for you, and it's really cool. It's kind of like Earthbound where the enemies are right there, but you like can throw the people at them to start a fight. It's cool. I didn't bad job of explaining it, but it's basically like a game like Earthbound that wouldn't exist if Earthbound did it. Another one is Undertale, which we will definitely play someday. But I'm not going to say anything about that because that
Okay.
game is a game that you should really like experience and not know anything about before you play it.
Okay. That's fair.
It's just definitely wouldn't be the way that it is without Earthbound first.
Okay. Gosh, I kind of do want to talk about the other podcasts.
Okay.
But should we?
I mean, we can definitely talk about the one that's definitely
Most
happening and
definitely
definitely
happening.
already 9 episodes in. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I believe you're talking about Almost Fancy.
Yes, I am. I don't know why we've never said it like that, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You want to describe a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit?
sure. Sorry. Yes. Almost Fancy. I'm not sure when it's gonna drop the first episode, but basically, we had an idea for for a podcast. That idea tanked, turned into this
Yeah,
idea.
just a guessing game, essentially, is what was the original concept.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we turned it into something
I
so
can't
much.
even remember what the original concept was.
Well, it was all about I don't want to say their name just in case, but it was all about our friend. It was gonna be that girl, and she was gonna be
That's
the guest
right.
every single time. But what we turned it into, I like a lot.
Yeah,
more.
no.
we
it's-
basically
yeah.
it's basically a quiz show, or like a game show where it's 2 teams, me and Chris, you,
Oh, thanks.
versus our guest, and the name of the game is Ignorance. So they bring 3 topics that they think we know nothing about, and we bring 3 Well, I haven't had to explain this in a while. And we bring 3 topics that we think they don't know about, and we take turns, and basically I'll say, Chris, tell me everything you know about the TV show Riverdale. And
Right.
then Chris,
If I don't know what it is, if I know nothing about this show, I either have let's say I don't know anything.
right,
I have to make up what I think the show is out of thin air.
yeah,
And based on how much I've convinced Anthony about this random product or concept I've come up with, he gives me points on how
Yes.
convincing I was on
So-
telling him what this is. If I do know what it is, sorry. If
No,
I
go for
do
it.
know what it is, I have to describe it the best I can, and he gives me points based off of how well I can describe it.
So basically, if you do know what it is and you describe it perfectly, the most amount of points you can get is 2. And I think that the rule we've came up with is if you definitely don't know what it is, but you did an amazing job, like making up a new thing or like describing like just like making a convincing argument for like what Riverdale could
Creativity.
be. Yeah. I think the new rule we came up with was you can't get 2 points, but you can definitely get 1.5 points.
Yeah.
Obviously 0 points is you did a horrible job.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did not convince us. And just can I just say, just to give you
yeah.
a setting, sorry,
no. Yeah,
where the name comes from, I like to picture this as you're sitting down to a fancy dinner party. There's royalty there.
Oh, right.
Maybe Princess Peach is there based off of our color design and song choice. Whatever you want to think of it as.
And then
It's-
she starts talking
yeah.
about bullshit.
Blank.
And then you
Have to respond.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
basically the concept of like shit. They are talking
Make
about
them
they're-
think they don't know what they're talking
right,
about.
yeah. Like shit. They are talking about Naruto. I've not seen a lick of Naruto. I have to be like convince them that I know what Naruto is, and then you're like, yeah, Gaara, whatever. My favorite episode is episode 24. What a moving episode.
Assuming you know it's a show.
Yeah. Oh man, I got Naruto on my pizza the other day. It was delicious. And then they're all just like, "What the fuck?"
No, but that's where it's
No, yeah,
it
and
still
that's when
works.
you're like,
You can make them think like, oh, do I not know what Naruto?
yeah, exactly. If you're convincing enough, it's like, oh yeah, Naruto on my pizza. I do that all the time.
There's one episode. I mean, I'm not going to give away everything. One of our guests, a few of our guests. So if I've been really impressed with a few of them, they blow
Yeah.
it out of the park.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that sounds super cool. I
Just
want
to
that to
give
be a
you,
real thing.
if I can spoil a little tiny bit, just to get people excited.
Spoiler alert! If you don't want to listen, scrub forward a little bit.
Yeah, scrub forward like 45 minutes. So in episode 2, the episode with your cousin Matt, we give him Ninja Sex Party, which is a internet band, and he, not knowing what that is, creates it was a video game, right?
Oh, it was an
About-
amazing. That's literally the one I was thinking about.
Yeah. It was a video game in the style of Party Hard, where you like go from party to party, like turning it into a ninja sex party. Like
Yeah.
being a ninja and going from house to house, turning it into a sex party.
I think that was it. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was something
Or-
like that.
You kill all the kids having sex, and you're the ninja, and you can't get caught.
Or
it was
something
like
that.
that.
It was incredible. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, this
Blown
is
away.
so creative.
I was thinking while he was saying it. It's funny. He did what I wanted him to do. I was like, "Does this isn't like an underground indie video game, right? Like we didn't just
Yeah, I
screw
was
up.
like-
There isn't a video game called this."
I was so ready for him to be like, and let me show you the beta. I've
Yeah,
been working
yeah.
on this game for 4 years.
But that's the beauty of it. We fully knew what he was talking, like what subject we gave him,
Yeah.
and he turned it around on us. I was like, "Oh man, is there something else called that that I don't know about?"
Yeah. And then you're my brother. Sometimes you're my brother. On the opposite end of it, you're my brother, and you just bullshit and you get 0 points.
Oh, right. That's right. That episode.
I forget what his prompt was, but he didn't really say. He said maybe half a sentence worth of stuff, and we were like, bad job, 0
I-
points.
When 0 points was invented for the show.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think.
It's like how death didn't exist until Cain killed Abel. It's like there was no 0 points until he gave a 0 point answer.
I like how you use something about brothers killing each other.
Oh
about
shit!
this.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know where he's coming from with that. But yeah, we have a lot of fun and exciting stuff to do, not just with Let's Playing, with podcasts, and
Yeah.
I hope people like it.
Yeah, we're sort of attempting a multimedia
Yeah,
conglomerate.
yeah, and like we'll bring occasionally we'll bring other aspects of our life into it, like with the band. We'll probably have a lot to say about that, and a lot of our friends are really
Oh.
interesting people.
I meant to. Yes, definitely. Such a wide variety of like like personalities. I feel
Oh yeah.
that are going to be brought to this show. I meant to totally off topic for a second. I meant to mention this, but we moved away from it. The Set the Nation's new music video is for their song Skulls and Bones.
Oh yeah.
So if you go on YouTube, literally type in Set the Nation and then Skulls and Bones, it should be the first one that
Yeah.
shows up.
yeah.
It's a picture of our pianist with lasers coming out of his eyes.
It's a really cool video, and you have to understand literally all of the special effects are movie magic, lights in a fog machine, in just an amazing genius of a director, Ben Wiki.
Yeah.
The kid's a prodigy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing big things in the movie industry, and maybe we'll get him on for a podcast one of these days. I'd love that.
Yeah, he
He's a character. He's cool.
he brings a loud energy.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about him. Because he doesn't have to.
No,
He could just be the
that's just him
the
though.
businessman at action time to film, but
Yeah,
he's
it's just him. He just oozes personality.
yeah.
He's a really cool cat. I hope we get him on, and he did the music video. He's had a few full-length movies himself. Down Into the Here is one of them. House of Seven Gables just won an award, actually.
What?
Yeah.
For what? Like from what?
I really know. He posted it on
Oh, damn.
Facebook. I'm sorry.
What a bad friend.
I'm sorry. I liked it. I was like, oh, he won an award. Fantastic. Another one? He was actually, it was just, he was, where was he? Like Nevada or something. It was being, they were screening it at an indie film festival. So
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
yeah, he was flown out there. He actually did a few interviews and stuff. He's doing good. He's doing good for himself, and he's really cool. Just an example of like people we know. We'll have some interesting people on
Hey,
here.
let's say we get super crazy famous, right? Who's your dream guest for this podcast?
Dream guest for the. I mean, we're looking at him.
Yeah.
Maybe we as always. I'm sure we've mentioned it. Maybe this is the first time you'll hear about it. We'll probably say it plenty more times.
Oh,
but
right. Yeah.
we do every podcast that doesn't involve the TV with a nice picture of our man Charles Martinet, voice of Mario, on there.
Yes.
He's
clearly mid doing that sound that Mario makes. So that's your dream? That's your we've made it.
He's definitely voice of Mario on
Yeah.
a Let's Play.
He just won an award, yeah? Like a honorific for being the person who's voiced a single character the most times in a video game.
I think so.
Yeah.
But he'd be pretty insane. I don't know. I mean, Mark Hamill in any situation.
Yeah.
Even if the band gets big, Mark Hamill's the guy I want to meet. Mark Hamill and Dave Grohl. There it is. Charles Martinet, Mark Hamill, Dave Grohl, one episode.
Jesus. All right. Well, that's asking a little much.
I think the world would explode. I don't think you can have that much awesome in one room.
I promise I'm not saying this just because of what's happened in the recent week. I do honestly mean this. I've meant this for a while. My goal guest is Reggie Fils-Aimé. I've always wanted to sit down and pick that guy's brain, and he's got a ton of free time now. So
Yeah, right?
maybe that can be doable. But I've just always I don't want to ask him anything I feel like, oh, you got Reggie for an hour? Did you ask him about all the dumb shit he does? I want to be what's your favorite Nintendo game? You know, what's the game that you've cleared 100%? You know,
Yeah.
Who do you actually play in Smash Brothers? What do you think when fans do this stuff like that? I feel like. No, I feel like I've heard a bunch of interviews with Reggie, and they're all like, well, here at Nintendo, we strive to bring you the next Metroid.
Now he doesn't have to do that.
Now he sort of doesn't have to do that. Obviously, he doesn't have anything to badmouth about
No.
Nintendo, and I wouldn't make him or want him to.
No, he clearly highly respects them, but now
Yeah.
he should feel no pressure to.
Right,
He should
and
let it all out.
Because I'm not going to ask for trade secrets.
Right.
Hey, when's I just want to, why isn't, no, what is your opinion on Mother 3? Like, why hasn't that been localized? Why do you think that hasn't been localized, and do you think it'll ever be localized? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like he'd be it really. Because, yeah, I've just never heard, like, as far as I know, he's never, like, been a guest on a podcast other than the Nintendo official podcast, which is kind of lame. I mean, it's awesome. Love you, Reggie. But no, he'd be great. He's cool.
That was a real well thought out explanation
Yeah.
of who you would want to have.
You just want to ask Charles Martinet to play D&D and have pizza with us.
Well, that's a different fantasy of mine, but I almost did. We were right there. I was staring that guy in the face, but he was just marking up my Super Mario 64 so hard I was just too distracted. That guy, when you ask for his signature, I mean, he goes through like 3 Sharpies. It's awesome. I love it. But
he also was like, "We're gonna take pictures too, right? Okay, let's take 3 or 4."
yeah. He makes the noises too. He gets in the stance.
He
and
doesn't
makes the
have
noises.
to. It's a picture.
No. But it's so great. I love it. I just really want to sit down, play a Mario game with that guy, and have him anticipate the noises Mario's gonna make and make them as Mario's making them, so my
There's
head
actually
can explode.
Ooh, I don't want to.
Has somebody already done that?
Well, I don't want to talk poorly of this man, but I'm going to for a moment. Because there is a video online of somebody playing, I believe it's New Super Mario Bros. 2, the one with all the coins, and he's standing behind the person making the noises, like you said. But there's one part in the video where the kid playing gets to a piranha plant, and he says, "Look out for Petey Piranha," and it's like, that's not Petey Piranha. You're the dude. You're Mario. How do you not know what Petey Piranha, the difference between a piranha plant and Petey Piranha is? Maybe he does now that it's been in Smash Brothers, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has done that in that one video.
Well, now my hopes and dreams are ruined, Anthony.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
He can still play D&D with us.
That would be sweet.
I guarantee he would play a character named Mario who is voiced similar to
either
Mario.
that or he'd be a dragon, because this guy's done 2 things.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, if I could get him to voice a dragon in D&D, not even play.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, hold on. Charles Martinet,
Yes.
Mark Hamill,
Okay.
D&D. Are you kidding me? The voices.
Yeah.
We'd have to make a podcast out of that.
Oh yeah.
That, even if it's 1 episode, 1 5-minute, 1-room dungeon episode.
A one encounter episode.
Yeah.
Where like you solve a puzzle and then fight a very
And Joker and Mario are sitting with you. They're members of your party.
Yeah. It's you and me and Mario and Luke.
And
they,
Luke
and then they fight
and Joker.
and Joker's riding Parthenox from Skyrim.
So Mark's on both sides of the DM table.
Yeah, I mean he's got
Screen.
he's got enough voice talent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I mean, don't you know?
Mark Hamill was in Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't expect him to be because I thought his character was dead, but I guess not because it's Kingdom Hearts, and nobody actually dies. Spoiler alert for Kingdom Hearts 3, I guess. No one's dead.
God, it is a life goal.
I almost did spoil the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, did you really? Jeez.
No, I almost did. I was like, never mind. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just fanboying some more. It's a life goal of mine to meet him.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any context.
Yeah.
Any.
If only
He'd do a Comic-Con?
Boston. No, I was going to say if only Boston Comic-Con would reveal who's going to be there.
Listen, like, I dreadfully regret this now, but we didn't see Stan Lee at his last con. We had the opportunity. It was a lot of money.
It was $300.
It was ridiculously expensive. And you and I think it was our first time going for like the full weekend, and we were like, oh well, you know, why waste, like, we have a finite amount of money, why waste it all on the one guy? There's plenty of people we want to meet. But if Mark Hamill is the main guy, and I know how much meeting Mark Hamill goes for, I'm gonna pay it. If that's the only person I see that weekend, I'm gonna pay it.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely big enough because a couple of times the big like $300
yeah.
guy was Shatner.
No, exactly. If he's doing a Comic-Con, like making money, I mean, this guy just hangs out at cons sometimes, but
He does,
Like-
yeah.
like if he is if he's there to be a part of it, to make money, be on the other side of it, he's gonna be the main guy.
Yeah.
There's no way it's Steve Perry from Stranger Things for $75 and Mark Hamill for $450, like right next to, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's the big dog. He's gonna be the main event, rightfully so. But yeah, that's my dream. Let's see if it comes true, everybody.
I have a new dream, and that's I want a new picture with everyone that I've met who their picture got
Oh.
eaten by my shitty ass, dumb, shitty phone,
Including Charles Martinet.
including but not limited to Charles Martinet, Tara Strong, Amy Jo Johnson, and like 12 different YouTubers I met last year at PAX.
Yeah,
Boundary
that
Break.
stinks.
I met like most of the best friends. That's not going to happen again because they aren't a thing anymore. I mean, I could meet him individually, obviously. I've met the completionist twice, so I'm sure I'll meet him again. Actually, this is not important at all, but she says, the guy who does Boundary Break on YouTube was like, I want this classic NES game, but it's hard to find. And I was like, dude, or I have it and I don't need it. And I messaged him and he was like, you have it? And I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, I need to set up a PO box. I was like, no need, my man. I'll see you at PAX.
Huh.
So yeah, if we go to PAX together, I'm gonna dip away to go talk to my best friend YouTuber, she says, from Boundary Break,
Oh,
and
that's
give him
funny.
a copy of Ghost Lion for the NES.
I mean, if we do go, I'll be watching the Koopa Kids play at.
He told me the other day they might be playing Friday and Saturday.
That's amazing.
That's nuts. They never do that at PAX.
That's so cool. I hope they do.
Yeah.
He. I won't even get into that story. I hope he has more backstage passes so like I can hang out with him
Yeah.
because I had to miss the last opportunity that happened.
Mm. Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
just remembered why. Yeah.
But yeah. Man, I don't know what else to talk about. I feel like we got a lot of our personalities out on
Yeah,
this one.
yeah. I mean, do you want to talk about the video game you've been playing in your personal life?
I don't know if I'm ready to.
What do you-
in full? I want to wait till I'm done,
Oh, okay.
and then I'll let it all out. I'm mourning right now,
Okay.
and I need to get past it. I need to know that there's some redemption.
Uh-huh. In this Red Dead world that we're
Yeah.
living in.
Yeah. 2.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will.
So maybe
I will
next
eventually.
week
Yeah.
we'll hear about your excursion through
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
If you want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, I can fall asleep for a few hours.
Wow, you really fucking love to hate Kingdom Hearts, don't you?
I don't hate it. I don't know how many more times. I don't know how many more.
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2 weeks.
I know. I've heard about it. Well, what game would you? Oh, you want to? Yeah, I know what you'd want to talk about. Sorry, forgot we moved on.
This is officially a test. What game have I been playing for the last
Oh, I can.
93
Do you want me to
hours?
say it? I wasn't going to say it if you didn't want to talk about it.
No, I want to know that
Persona
you-
5.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
I
Yeah,
forgot, sorry.
okay. Yeah, I've been playing Persona 5. It's so long. That's maybe my only complaint. It's an amazing game. The soundtrack is maybe best soundtrack of any video game. I'm not comfortable enough saying that definitively because there's a lot of great ones, but like it's got a great soundtrack. It's really jazzy.
Is it real instruments?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's, as far as I can tell, pretty much all real instruments and a vocalist. There's like 6 or
Oh,
7
nice.
songs that have a vocalist, and it's always the same woman. And she kind of like, this is not an insult. She kind of like, she's speaking in English, but it's clear that English isn't her first language, and it kind of gives a really cool vibe to the music. I don't know what I mean by that, but like I'm trying to sing along, and I'm like, I can't understand what she's saying, and then I look it up, and I'm like, oh, that's what she's saying, and like it just makes it a little bit cooler that I can't understand what she's saying. I don't know why, but the music's really good. I mean, if I may, it's made by Atlas, who are known for their long form JRPGs. The J stands for Japanese. and the RPG stands for role playing game, and I've only played one other Atlas RPG, and it's called Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE, and that game fucked me in a way that game hasn't since or before. And I'm not going to get into it because it'll be the next hour and a half. But I was loving the game. I was invested in all the characters, and then it was like, hey, do you care about? Fuck you. So I was very hesitant to play Persona 5, but enough people told me how good it was that I was like, I gotta play it, if not just to hear this music in the actual context of the game. And it's very good. It's without giving too much away about the story, because like it doesn't, like, I'm not gonna get into the story. It doesn't matter. But you play as thieves, and the basic concept of the game is you play as teenagers, and they're corrupt adults, and you go into their like cognition to change their heart. So the way they do that is there's a building in the real world, and if you go into the cognitive world, there's they call it a palace, and the palace is like inside their mind, and what you do is you find their treasure, you steal it, and then in the real world they have an actual change of heart. So for example, the first guy, he's a gym teacher, he's abusing the volleyball team, and he's taking advantage of the female students. And you go to the school, you go to the cognitive world. It's a castle because he thinks of himself as the king of the castle. And then you steal his treasure, and then he goes at the stage at the school, and he's like, I'm sorry. Here's me confessing to all the things I did. I'm going to change now. I'm going to resign as a teacher. But the cool thing is the point I was trying to make is every palace is something that thieves would steal from, typically.
Yeah.
So the first level was a castle, and then it was a museum, and then a bank, and then a tomb, which was cool, and then a space station, and then a casino. And now I'm on a cruise ship.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I guess there's one left, so I'm excited. Also, my favorite song from the game has not shown up yet. So I don't know. I guess I just picked maybe like the final boss music or something as my favorite song, but I've just been like, when is it coming? It's called Rivers in a Desert, and the tomb level took place in a desert, and I was like, if not here, then when? When will I hear this song? But no, it's really good. How Long to Beat said it would be 97 hours, and I'm not going to reach that because I'm already at 94 and a half. How Long to Beat always lowballs it, I feel. But yeah, it's been quite the journey
Cool.
with that game, and I like it a lot. And maybe by next time I'll beat it, and I
Yeah.
can talk about if I liked the ending or not. That game does a cool thing that I was telling you about, where the beginning of the game like happens, and then you get arrested and interrogated, and the rest of the game is you telling the story of the game. And they finally met up, like what I was playing met up with the interrogation, and we're past it now. And I thought it would be the very end of the game, but it's not. And there's more game to be played, and it was really cool.
Cool.
The end. That's Persona 5. That's what I've been playing recently. I've also been playing RE2. I don't have much to say about that game. It's really fun. It's exactly what I thought it was. The story is RE2, but it feels like RE4 because it's young Leon and the shooting's really good. But the engine is the RE7 engine.
Right. Right.
So it's great. I'm really liking it. I've never played the original RE2. I'm just really liking this one.
Awesome. I feel like I should say something about my game.
Yeah, I mean, if you want.
No, I'll wait. I'm gonna wait till I'm
Okay.
gonna wait till the story's done. and I
Okay.
can give a full report. Spoilers all around.
Sure. Yeah. We can have a mini Red Dead Redemption 2 spoiler cast. I
Yeah.
feel like this is not an insult. You kind of play games slow. I feel like everyone's
Oh,
already
yeah,
done with that game
yeah,
by now.
no,
So
absolutely.
I feel like it won't be a big deal spoiling it. Yeah. What else? Was there anything else we wanted to touch on before we left? Before we, did all the.
I don't think so. I think we covered everything.
Okay.
Talked about everything this week.
Yeah.
We touched on what next week is going to be. If we wanted to do that more, we could. But I think
We
this was
didn't
good.
actually talk what next week's
Oh,
going to
okay.
be.
Then let's talk about next week. a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
mean, next week, so if everything went according to plan, this week was the Super Nintendo games, which all conspicuously happen to not be present on the Super Nintendo Classic, and
that wasn't planned out or anything.
definitely wasn't planned out. definitely didn't struggle to find a fifth game.
A fifth cool game
A
that
fifth
they
cool
didn't
game
add
that-
on.
yeah.
That.
And then of course Saturday was Earthbound, and Sunday was or will be Mario Kart. Next week Saturday, of course, is going to be Earthbound again. Like I said, we're going to play Earthbound every Saturday until we beat it.
So indefinitely.
Forever.
We said that at the same time.
And then next week, we are going to be playing for the Monday through Friday show. And this is the part of the podcast where if you come to listen to the podcast, you'll be in the know on what's going on the channel. We are going to be playing Devil May Cry. Probably the first one, because it's the shortest one and it's the one I've played the most. If we continue, then we might skip 2, because 2 is pretty bad. But yeah, we're most likely going to play the first one. If you don't know, Devil May Cry is a hack and slash made by Capcom, made by the Resident Evil team specifically. It's about the son of a demon who hunts demons also. I don't know. They say it better than I did. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next week. We haven't decided.
Saturday.
Saturdays or
I'm sorry. Sunday.
Well, Sunday is
I'll
either.
also figure out the schedule along with the audience.
I figured out Sunday, if you don't mind. Sunday's either going to be Sonic and the Secret Rings,
or
or it's going to be the new Tetris game, Tetris 99. We didn't talk about that yet, but
Okay.
I was going to say we don't know what next week is. We know that this week's going to be Devil May Cry, but like I said, we're going to do a week of Devil May Cry, and then a week of something else, and then probably a week of something else, and then probably back to Devil May Cry. So
Okay.
this week's going to be Devil May Cry 1. Not sure what next week's going to be.
But that doesn't matter. You'll get that on the next podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, this one was kind of just like a, hey, here's what the podcast is going to be. Here's a little bit about ourselves. Next week, I think we're going to format it thusly. I think it's going to be introduce ourselves. If we have a guest, introduce them. Talk about this week, the week that just happened on the show. Talk about our weeks personally, if anything exciting happened. Give the guest a chance to do that too. And then maybe talk about some news. And then that'll probably lead us right into and talk about what video games we've been playing in our personal time, and then talk about what's going to happen next week on the Let's Play.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, so for today, perfect, we're at like 50 minutes, so it's a little on the shorter end, but like, doesn't matter. The point of this one was to introduce people to, maybe we'll call this one episode 0, or maybe we won't. I'm just brainstorming live on the air. Shouldn't do that. But yeah, I mean, that's it. This was the Thunder and Lightning podcast. And whether it's 16-bit or live action, enjoy the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been Anthony, and
I'm Chris.
that's Chris. And we'll see you tomorrow or next week or whatever. See ya.
I like
Bye.
to live life.